Hi, I'm Tammy Bragg, and thank you for joining us on the Profitable Passions podcast. You'll hear real stories from real women exploring their passions and turning them into profits. They'll share how they got started, what they do, how they do it, and who they work with. And they'll share some great insights that you can use to get started in your own business that you'll love. I know it's hard to figure out what you want to do and who you want to serve. And as women, it's hard to look at ourselves and say we're good at this or that, and we totally undervalue our worth, our skills, and our talents. And a lot of times we're just afraid to get started. But we're our own worst enemies. It's time to break those chains and get out there and just do it. And if you need a boost of confidence, a quick tip, or amazing advice, you've come to the right place. Now, let's find out how we can help you create your profitable passions business. Today, our guest is Oksana Romanuk. She is a certified online business manager and a proud member of the International Association of Online Business Managers and Association of Virtual Assistants. She's trained countless virtual assistants and helped multiple entrepreneurs grow their businesses, reach more people, and impact the world. We're here today with Oksana Romanuk, and she's with Remote Rockstars. And I want to tell you that I'm really impressed with what you do. I heard some of your stuff on Instagram. You had a little video out there that it was really cool what you were trying to tell people about being remote work, or doing remote work and how to find clients. So can you tell me how you got started in something like this, how you got started in helping with remote work, and you do virtual assistants type work as well. So I'd love to find out how you do all that, and you're encouraging other women. I'd like to hear about that as well.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm very happy and excited to actually share more about Remote Rockstars. So we are a virtual assistance agency, and we also offer online business management support to overextended and overworked entrepreneurs who are usually 6 and 7 figure business owners and who just need help and support with their business systems, with their internal workflows, and maybe their customer service and any type of administrative and launch type of work that they need support with. That's basically when our Rockstar team comes in and takes care of it all. But to be completely honest, administrative work has actually always been part of my professional life in one form or another. And when I was a Russian language instructor in Washington, D.C., for Army and Navy linguists. So there are basically linguists out there that need that language factor to be able to perform their work. And every year they had to take their annual language test to reconfirm their proficiency. So no pressure as far as me trying to prep them up for their language test. So that was a little demanding, and that required quite a bit of organization on my part to make sure that they passed the test with flying colors. And then when I was also a travel account manager in the leisure and corporate sectors of travel, working with demanding, sometimes VIP and kind of pressed for time type of high-end clients. So that kept me definitely energized and on my toes. So time management and productivity were absolutely essential in that type of work. And then also working at a local DC yoga studio, I was actually helping them with marketing, not only to promote the healthy style and all of the yoga work that they were doing in the community, but also some of the front desk and administrative work that needed to be done behind the scenes. And that's when I actually kind of hit that jackpot, because part of my work was actually done at home, because all I was doing, reviewing some business metrics, right, or planning their social media, and I didn't need to be in the studio for that. And I was like, I'm really enjoying this opportunity of working from home and performing some of the work, just submitting it online and them giving me their feedback. And then I was done. And I was kind of getting some really good results with their marketing and social media campaigns. And I was like, this is really a really good entry point to that virtual work. And what's funny is that around that time, I came across, again, Google is a magical place, came across this newsletter that was called Rat Race Rebellion. And
I've heard of it.
Right? All it does is always promotes all types of freelance opportunities and work from home jobs. And that's when I came across this one virtual assistant agency that was looking for virtual assistants. And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and try. and I passed their pretty rigorous actual interview process, and I started working with their clients. And after some time, I just realized that I am very much capable of starting to build my own client portfolio. And that's when I just kind of like started developing my own roster of clients and started signing them up. And that's how Remote Rockstars was born.
Wow, that's great. So you went through, I've seen that website before. It was Rat Race Rebellion.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, people don't realize that there's so many things like that out there that you could get into. We were talking about that a few minutes ago before the interview started, that a lot of women have no idea where they can go and the resources that they have. So one of the things that you talk about on your Instagram channel was kind of how to like interview with people on Facebook or put yourself out there. What would you recommend if someone was looking to get into something like this? Now that we're in COVID season, and women don't want to go back to work now that they've had a taste of what it's like to work from home. What would you recommend?
Well, I would say that what's been working very well for Remote Rockstars is, on the one hand, it's the referral portion of the business. Word of mouth has been just a really magical marketing engine for us, just bringing in new clients through the referrals and through the feedback that we receive from our existing clients or just the clients that we did one-off projects for. So that's a very powerful tool on its own. But then another portion is social media, like you mentioned. And I feel like what's amazing about social media, and especially the advertising and the promotional piece here, is that it's free. Oh my goodness, I just cannot stress it enough for everyone who is just starting out in their work from home journey, or who has been there for a while and just is having a hard time signing up new clients, is that connecting with the like-minded people, either in your professional community or in the communities where you think your potential clients might be hanging out, right? Like entrepreneur groups and some of the networking and virtual events that are happening right now with the virtual summits, and even as simple as a virtual coffee with a couple of people and just like maybe a small group, like even your accountability circle. You just never know where that business can come from. And, to be completely honest, actually, I personally signed up for a few free trainings that I delivered and some of the powerful master classes that I put together for membership groups on Facebook. And some of the Facebook groups and communities where it's a community maybe of female entrepreneurs or other business owners. And I would just talk about like how Remote Rockstars usually approaches our client work. And then they would reach out to me for business as well. So basically pursuing every little avenue you can, taking advantage and squeezing out those free opportunities on social media. I feel like that's absolutely essential.
Wow, I love it. I would love to have you back on for another round of this. If you wouldn't mind, we'll have another round where you can talk more about your services and how that you come about all that free stuff. That's really great that you were able to work with clients and kind of get other information on how they were doing things, and then you were able to do it. That's just really great.
Thank you so much. Yes, I would love to be back.
Wonderful. Well, I also want to tell our viewers, where can they find you?
So Remote Rockstars has a wonderful community online, which is a Facebook group, Remote Rockstars Club. And that's basically a very loving and compassionate community of remote workers. And then also our website, remoterockstars.com, our Instagram channel, like you mentioned, Remote Rockstars, and our Facebook business page, Remote Rockstars. So basically everything that comes with the name, that's us.
Wonderful. Well, I tell you, everybody needs to go out there and at least check it out and see what you've got. And, I'm sure that they'll get a lot of inspiration from you. So thank you for being on the show, and we'll have you back soon.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you found some great insights in this episode. You'll find our guest information, links, and bio in the show notes, and on our website, profitablepassions.com. I'm Tammy Bragg, and I hope you'll listen to future episodes as we have more great stories from incredible women who want to share their journeys with you. So we can attract more awesome guests, we would appreciate it if you subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and tell your friends about it. Thanks again for listening to the Profitable Passions podcast, and we'll see you on the next episode.